What is the right golf shoe for you in 2025? Well, I've tested over 20 different pairs of shoes from over 12 brands to help you decide. I've got 6 categories, and stick around to the end for one overall winner. Let's get started. So over 20 pairs of shoes on test today. If you want to pick up a pair for yourselves, I've put some handy links down in the description where you can find the best price for any of these models in your location. I'm going to start with spike shoes again this year because this is, if you're buying one shoe this year, I would recommend going spike. Yes, they're not as versatile as spikeless shoes, but you're going to be able to wear them all year round. I think you get a little bit more performance out of them. So that's my recommendation. I'm going to tell you for why now. So some of the best options this year, I'm going to start with the FootJoy Hyperflex. This is the one came out 2 years ago. They've sort of refined it ever so slightly. The looks are fairly similar. They don't set my world alight. They're not the most exciting golf shoe on the planet. They're pretty bog standard, but the performance is unbelievable. These are so comfortable. My foot sat so beautifully in this. It's got a great insole. Some new heel support around here, which is unbelievably comfortable. So if you've got a problematic heel area, this is the shoe to go for. Great grip, great performance, just doesn't set my world alight from a looks point of view. But if that's not your thing and you do like the looks, that's a great performance shoe. 2 models from last year that's still well worth considering this year. First is the Under Armour Drive Pro. This is the new colorway for 2025. Beautiful grey, blue and gold, which I think looks fantastic. And my battered Adidas Tour 360-24. This was my golf shoe of the year. Last year, I worn it all of last year, and a bit of this year before I started testing these. As you can see, it's an unbelievable golf shoe. And you might be able to pick it up a little bit cheaper now it's a year old. So don't forget those two guys, even though they're not brand new this year. We've got some interesting options from Puma and Sunday Red I'm going to come on to in a minute, as well as a brand new G4. But my winner in this category is this. It's the Painter 87 SC. Now this was designed with Jason Day, very, very close. You'll see him wearing these on tour. And for me, what it's done is marry what was an excellent performance shoe golf brand in Painter. Every Painter shoe I've tested excels in performance, in grip, in traction, in support. They've just not looked great, in my opinion. There's been some funky heel designs, some funky colorways. What this shoe has done is taken all that performance and put it in a beautifully refined silhouette. There's great touches of detail all over it. The comfort's there. It's a little bit of a strange shape shoe you'll see. There's not much of a heel step like you get in something like the FootJoy or the Under Armour. Once you get used to that, it's an incredibly comfortable, supportive shoe that I think looks brilliant. And it's something a little bit different as well, which I think a lot of people will like. So well done Painter and Jason Day for putting that all together. And this is my best bike shoe for 2025. Okay, on to spikeless golf shoes, and not to be a bit of a Debbie Downer about them, but it's a bit of a less appealing lineup this year, in my opinion, versus the spike golf shoes. But still some excellent models to talk about. Come on to the winner in a minute, but Echo have come back this year with the Biome H5, inspired by the Norwegian fjords and Scottish Highlands, don't you know? You can see that here. It's pretty drastic. It's a bit different. As with every Echo shoe, it's really comfortable. Outsole didn't wow me. It's not got a heck of a lot of grip versus some of the others we're going to see in a second. But if you've got wide feet, this is the shoe to go for. It's already a bit of a wide fit in its standard width, but you can take the insole out, get the same amount of comfort under your feet and get a bit more room for them as well. So if you're wide footed, that's the one for you. Under Armour, this is last year's model to start, the Drive Pro SL. Now that's one of the best outsoles. Compared to the Echo, it's night and day in my opinion. Grip all year round in any kind of conditions, laterally while you're swinging and while you're walking. That's a performance spikeless shoe that's still really good this year. They've also brought out the Phantom 4, which is more of an on-off-course shoe, which we'll come on to talk about in more detail a little later on. But my winner is a performance spikeless shoe, and it's this. It's the Adidas Adizero ZG. This is effectively, silhouette-wise, the ZG23 that came out 2 years ago, but with a brilliant spikeless outsole on it. You can see just how drastic the lugs around the perimeter of the shoe are, and that's great to support you through the swing laterally. Plenty of grip while you're walking as well. And the fit on this is superb. Maybe it just suits my feet really well, but I feel really locked in, especially around the heel where there's a bit of extra support as you swing. But I barely noticed these when they were on, and I've worn them in wet and dry conditions. And I think if you don't like the look of the spike shoes, excuse me, but want something for all year round performance shoe, this is really impressive. Right, my next category are the best golf shoes under £100. Now, I think there is a lot of value still to be had in golf shoes. I think under £100 is now considered value, so don't have a go at me if you think it's still too expensive. I'm not setting the market here, but I think this is where the best value is. I'm going to talk about some old shoes and some shoes that are released this year that you can get for under £100. Now, as I said, I'll put some of those handy links down in the description. So though I'm quoting all of these in pound sterling, if you're in the US, Australia, wherever you are in the world, those links will take you to retailers in your area and you'll find the best price. Right, all the logistics out of the way. Let's talk about Adidas S2G. This is my best value shoe of last year. It was £89 at retail, I believe, when it launched last year. These can now be picked up for about 65 quid. A great shoe for on and off the course, at the driving range, and you're basically getting 2 or 3 pairs of shoes in one now for less than 70 quid. So that's still a great option. Nike, the Air Max Pegasus 89, gorgeous shoe. These were retailing at 110. These are now under 100 in certain places, maybe not in this colorway, but again, another great shoe you can wear to play golf in, to the driving range, to go out in, whatever it is. They've got many different uses, and that's where the kind of value comes from shoes like this. Same with the Under Armour Phantom 4. Now, this is brand new for this year, retailing at £99 immediately. So you might be able to get it a bit cheaper now, depending on when you're watching this video. Proper sort of gym sneaker trainer style, isn't it? I quite like it. Again, you can wear it to the gym if you fancy, but still brilliant for golf. A great outsole. They look fantastic, and there's just a lot of shoe to be had there for under £100. Another new shoe for 2025 that's under £100, the Puma Ignite Elevate X, the Puma Royale, which we briefly looked at earlier. We'll look at a bit in a minute. That's really inspired me this year. Looks wise, this isn't quite as good, but the comfort, the performance you get from a Puma shoe is still all there. And again, £100 is a lot of shoe for your money there. But my winner this year, where you're going to get the most bang for your buck, is this. It's the Under Armour Drive Fade. Now, excuse the mud, I tested these last week. But for £99 retail, it's a brilliant performance spike shoe. I think it looks fantastic. Not too dissimilar to the Drive Pro, in my opinion. There's a little bit less tech in there, mind you, but it's quite a lot cheaper than it as well. Now, the retail at £99, but I've already seen these in my local pro shop for about 90 quid. And there is a lot of shoe there for £90. Like I said, performs well, comfortable, looks great. So hopefully you realise there is decent value to be had. As I said, I've created that figure of £100 as value, but that's about where it is. But whether it's spiked, spikeless performance, or something a bit casual for on and off the course, loads of value to be had in 2025. Okay, my next category is the best looking golf shoe. You might see a bit of a theme emerging here. Basically, I'm going to talk about the best brogue style, classic looking shoes in this segment. And I know looks are subjective, but my word is final, so get over it. Here's last year's winner, still available now, G4 Gallivant Tour. It's not aged a day. I've kept it in decent condition, I think. And again, it's just gorgeous. And as all G4 shoes are, incredibly comfortable. So something really classy there from G4 who do that well. The Painter I spoke about earlier, not quite a brogue style, but I think sort of holds its own in this category here. Looks great. I've already said that, haven't I? Sunday Red, Tiger Woods' brand. Now, when this brand first launched, I think we were all a bit confused about this here, the logo. It all looked a bit cheap, but I can say wholeheartedly, having tested these shoes and seen some of the apparel, the quality is through the roof. They're unbelievably comfortable, as they would have to be for Tiger with his injury issues. It's built on a spike platform. Quite a high performance shoe as well. Loads of rebound I can feel through the foot, loads of support in the heel, and they are gorgeous, aren't they? Tiger was wearing Premier Series before he moved into these, so he obviously really likes that styling. A bit of a curveball from Puma I was not quite expecting. This is the Royale, taking a page out of G4's book, I think, on this specific colourway, but brilliant looking nonetheless. 120 quid, pretty good value. Some beautiful touches with it. I love the piping around the outside and the perforations in here. A few bits like whatever this is at the back make it look and feel like 120 quid. But the comfort's there. It's got the same spike system as we saw on the Nitro Cat last year, which I think is brilliant. And a really classy shoe for 120 quid. Well done, Puma. Similar, a bit of a curveball from Skechers this year, to Go Golf Prestige. £120 as well. Didn't expect Skechers to bring a shoe out quite like this. I've not tested it yet, it's not with me, but I suspect these Skechers got the slipping technology. It's gonna be really comfortable. There's another great option if you like a brogue style shoe. But the winner, and there can only be one winner in this category this year, is this. It's the FootJoy Premier Series Packard LX, and just look at it and enjoy it. It's a classic golf shoe. FootJoy nailed the brief on this, and I feel they've really brought some extra added detail to it this year. Forgive me, it's nubuck leather, which is this sort of velvety material. It might not come up great on camera, but if you get it in person, it's a as I said, velvety material, adds a bit of softness. It has been treated with some waterproof things so it doesn't get too messy or stay wet. Don't worry about that. And there's some bison texturing, they've called it, on the upper, which basically makes it look a little bit creased and a little bit worn, but it's just incredibly classy. I think they've upgraded the comfort slightly. The insole was a little bit softer from the last Premier Series I wore a couple of years ago now, but take performance out of it. It's the best looking golf shoe I've seen for a long time. And if you're in the market for a shoe like this, if this is the kind of golf shoe you like keeping it classy, the FootJoy is the only shoe to go for this year. Right, the next category, most comfortable. Now, I know this is subjective and everyone's foot is shaped a bit different. You might prefer different things to what I do, but I want to highlight some shoes that just have, I think, universal features that are comfortable for everybody, right? First of all, from G4, this is their new MG4 Plus O2 G-Lock. Yes, I know, terrible name. Beautiful golf shoe though, a new spike version for this year. And as with every G4 shoe, it comes with a little bit of a party piece, which is this insole, which I've pulled out of the shoe. It's got these sort of knobs on it that hopefully you're picking up now on the camera. Basically massage your foot as you go along. So as it sort of, you know, doesn't move a lot in the shoe, but when it moves a little bit, as it always does, you get a foot massage as you're walking along. And who doesn't love that? And that is in every G4 shoe. It's sort of their party piece, as I said. And that makes for great comfort. Echo, as I said, they always make a comfortable golf shoe. They're good at it. And if you have wide feet, this is a shoe I'm really pointing in the direction of. For that extra width in its standard variety, when you take the insole out, there is extra width with the same comfort support under your foot. So like that touch from Echo. Adizero ZG, I gave this best spikeless shoe. It's not traditionally comfortable in the sense of being soft and malleable, but the fit is so good. My foot, anyway, mine specifically, fits so snug in it that you barely notice the shoe. And that's comfort, in my opinion, for a golf shoe. It might be the softest on the planet, but it just fits really well. So worth trying that on to see what that feels like for you. Obviously, everybody's a bit different. Under Armour Phantom 4, I mean, you can see how much midsole cushioning there is in this, and the insole is really soft as well. This is one of the more lightweight spikeless shoes you can get at the minute, and again, a lightweight shoe helps with foot fatigue as you're walking over 18 holes. So if you do find your legs and feet getting a little bit heavy after 18, picking up a lightweight shoe like this could be something that helps you feel more comfort across 18 holes. But much like the last category, and it's a FootJoy again, this is a standout shoe. I've not worn a golf shoe more comfortable than this in my 4 years of testing golf shoes now. This is the FootJoy Quantum. Now, it's not going to win any beauty contests. I understand that. I'm not crazy. But this is the single most comfortable golf shoe I've ever tested. It's for a few reasons. The upper is super soft. You can see actually how much it creases because it's so soft. I've not looked after it too well by a horseshoe. But this is incredibly soft. And then it's the Ortholite Impressions insole, which I've got here. That is the single comfiest thing I've ever slid my foot into. Maybe it's the way my foot fits it, but you can see how much cushioning there is underneath there. And it just supports it really, really well. There's a decent bit of arch support in there as well. I'm a bit flat-footed, so that helps. But you combine that with the soft upper, and you can see how much bounce you're getting through the midsole here, how much sort of response I was feeling through my foot. It's just really comfortable. It's not the best looking. It's not even got the best outsole. You can only really wear this in dry conditions, but it's so comfortable. I had to give it the winner for this category. Actually came out last year, but still available for this year. Under £100 as well. Could have been in my best value category. So if comfort is like your absolute number one, you're just fed up of aching feet, of your legs screaming at you after 18 holes, give this a try. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Right, my final category is for the best golf shoe you can wear on and off the course, a hybrid shoe, if you will. It's a trend we've seen emerging over at least the last 5 years now. And I must stress with these shoes, especially ones like the Nike here, where it looks like the normal street shoe, this is still packed with golf technology. The outsole, the heel area, the midsole, the insole. It's the same with Adidas, it's the same with New Balance, the same with Under Armour. These are still golf-specific shoes, right? So that's a sort of caveat. Nike makes some brilliant ones. We've already looked at the Pegasus there. The Jordan Lows are brilliant as well, very popular. Both also decent value, about under 100 quid. How about a bit of a curveball? Pluto, pretty new brand. This is the P1 sneaker. Listen, this ain't gonna be winning any awards for grip. It has got a golf outsole on it, but this is very much a fashion style golf shoe / trainer. Great for the driving range, great for a really dry day on the course, but Something a bit different. Love the colorway. That is really trendy off the course. This is brilliant anywhere else, but you can go and play golf in as well. Adidas as well. I've got my Stan Smith golf shoes on now, so I can't get them up on the table, but they've got Stan Smith, Superstar, Samba. By the time this video goes out, there'll probably be another one of their great iconic shoes made into a golf shoe. If you like an Adidas trainer, there is an Adidas golf shoe out there for you as well. So that's one to bear in mind. I'm a big Adidas fan, so that works for me really well. Give you the curveball, the Pluto, Under Armour mentioned a couple of times, the Phantom 4. But the winner, and excuse me again how battered this is, but this was a real curveball that came out end of last year, is the Echo Street 720. I was a bit underwhelmed when I first saw it. I was like, yeah, it's fine. It's got some sort of Air Force One looks there. If you just look at the toe of the shoe, someone said like a Croc to me with all these holes in it. I ignored that hate for this shoe because it's unbelievable. I've worn it off the course more than I've worn it on it. It's got that classic Echo comfort, but it doesn't scream an Echo shoe apart from like the little E down there if someone spots that. They look really smart if you're going out for dinner or somewhere quite nice. They're comfortable, they're fully waterproof, and then to play golf in, they're pretty good as well. It's got a decent outsole on it, but these blend in so well. They're a bit less flashy and garish than the Nikes and the Adidas trainer styles that we're talking about. And if you like that style, go for that. I'm just really impressed by what Echo have done here to put a off-course shoe together that isn't a gym trainer or like a classic street sneaker trainer. It's something a bit more classy that blends in brilliantly off the course. If you go straight to the bar afterward or just want to wear them out, they're brilliant. So I like playing golf in them. They're great to go out in, and it's two shoes in one really. And you can get them now. I know they retailed about 170 quid, but they're a lot cheaper now. So well done Echo for really impressing me. A bit of a curveball and something for the smarter, classier golfer out there who wants an off-course shoe. I think this is a great option. Well then, there you have it. Those are my category winners, and I did promise you an overall winner. Here are all the category leaders here, and it was very, very close this year. As you can probably tell, I'm going to go spiked, because I think that's where most of the best golf shoes sit this year, and it was very, very close. I could have gone for the Premier Series, you see how much I liked that. The Adizero ZG surprised me, didn't love the looks, but then you put it on and you kind of forget about them pretty quickly. But I'm going to give the winner overall this year to the Painter, the 87 SC. As I said about this, it's taken all of the great performance aspects of Painter shoes I've tested previously and put it in a really premium, gorgeous package that's kind of brought the whole brand and the whole shoe together for me. It's comfortable, the performance is out of this world, the grip is excellent, and it's something a little bit different, and that's what I want to give my winner to this year. But let me know what you think. Am I talking a load of nonsense? Have I missed one of your favourite shoes out entirely? Should it have been one of these? Should it have been something else I spoke about earlier? Let me know down in the comments. I do actually want to hear what you have to say about shoes. As boring as that may sound, I'm into that. So do let me know. If you want to pick up any of these shoes for yourself, again, those links are down in the description. But for now, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.